Development Business Information Session. My name is Margaret McGee. I'm the Business Services Manager. Business services assist entrepreneurs and business owners in starting and growing their business. We help in navigating through the different departments within city government to obtain permits and licenses. We also connect the business community with organizations that can provide technical assistance, incentives, resources, and other beneficial programs in operating a business. One way we do this is to host business information sessions. And because we receive many calls regarding short-term rentals and checking the status of permits and how to create an account in the One Stop app, we decided to put this session together with the Office of Safety and Permits. Sessions are held throughout the year and topics are gathered from entrepreneurs and surveys that we gather information from the business community. Today we have Ms. Jenny Alber, the Deputy Director for the Department of Safety and Permits, Ms. Celeste Sparks, the Short-Term Rental Administrator, and Caitlin DeHart, Management Development Analyst for the Information Technology Division in Safety and Permits. They will share information about getting started with the One Stop app and short-term rentals. To keep down distractions, I ask that attendees turn your videos off and mute your speakers. I ask that you also put questions in the chat box and we'll get them answered in the Q&A section. Any handouts or links will be provided within 24 to 48 hours after the meeting has ended. Now I'll go ahead and turn it over to Caitlin.
Hey, is everybody able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. So my name is Caitlin DeHart. I'm a Management Development Analyst for the Department of Safety and Permits in the Information Technology Division. I'm also a part of the One Stop team. So I handle any questions you may have about the One Stop app. It's a small team of us, but it's usually me answering emails or helping people in the lobby. So I'm just going to quickly give an overview of getting started in the One Stop app. And go over some common questions we're asked. So to start off, we're going to go ahead and register for a One Stop app account, because before you can apply or pay, renew anything, you first need a One Stop app account. So when you go to the One Stop app, you'll be greeted with this page. To register, you'll go ahead and click this yellow register button in the top right corner. And you'll be met with this pop-up that asks for a registration code. If you haven't been provided a registration code, you can skip this step by clicking skip. And if you have been provided a registration code, you can enter it here and press continue. We're going to go ahead and skip. So there's 3 sections for the registration. There's the account information, the contact information, and the contractor registration. Currently, our contractor registration is under development, so this isn't a part of the registration at this time. So we're just going to quickly walk through this. First, you're going to enter your account information. You're going to select a username. We recommend using your email address as your username, just so you never forget what your username is. So in this case, I'll go ahead and put my email address. And then you're going to set a password. And then confirm it. And then enter your email address. It's like any other website registration. And then when you go down to contact information, we have this checkbox that says, I'm registering on behalf of a business. If you check this checkbox, it'll change all of the contact information to business. If you're not filing on behalf of a business, you don't have to check this box. For now, we're just gonna continue as an individual. The most important thing to note is when you are setting the name on your account, this full name or business full name, once it's set, it cannot be changed. This is a security feature of the One Stop app to make sure there's no passing accounts around, because this is very delicate information that's being put into our system. So once this is set, it can't be changed at any time. So please make sure there's no typos. If you're wanting to use the account for business, you select business. If you're wanting to use this for short-term rental and need it to be your name for that operator's license qualifications, you would need to make sure that this name is your name. So we're gonna go ahead and fill the rest of this out. And then at the very end, there's just a verification. You say you're not a robot, you get a green check, and then you would register. So you'll notice we got an error message. It's saying the password and confirmation didn't match. That means what I entered in the password field and the confirm password field didn't match. So to continue, I'll have to re-enter that password and make sure it matches. And it will save all your information. So all you have to do is go and re-verify that you're not a robot, hit register, and now we have another error, which is really common, is duplicate emails. This means that there's an account in our system with the email you're trying to register with. So the only way to get past this would be to reach out to the One Stop team, and we can help you get back into that account so you can use it. Another common error, it'll say duplicate username. That means the username has already been used. And again, that means there's already an account in our system with that username. And you can reach out to us and we'll be able to assist you with that. So I'm going to go ahead. Since I already have an account, I'm going to go ahead and log in. So when you get to the login page, it'll look something like this. I usually have my login saved, but if for whatever reason you can't remember your login, it's really simple to get back into your account. On the left side of the screen, you'll see forgot password and forgot username. If you don't know your username, you will not be able to recover your password. So we're going to walk through recovering your username and then also resetting your password. So if you forgot your username, you would go ahead and click forgot your username, and here you would enter your email address. So once you enter your email address, you'll get this red message that says your username has been sent via email. This email will come from noreply@nola.gov. And it does take a couple minutes for it to appear in your inbox. If it doesn't appear in your inbox within 10 minutes, go ahead and check your spam. And if you just don't receive the email at all, go ahead and reach out to the One Stop team and we'll be able to assist you. So once you have your username emailed to you, you'll be able to reset your password. So then you would click forgot your password, and that username you were emailed, you can now enter here, and you'll get another red message that says your password has been reset. It's the same process. You're getting it from noreply@nola.gov. If you don't receive it within 10 minutes, you can reach out to the One Stop team. Now you may receive a message that says We cannot find your user with the username. Please try again. That means whatever your username you're trying to reset isn't in our system. And if you're confident that that is your username or that username was emailed to you, go ahead and reach out to the One Stop team and we can investigate it. And then if for any reason your password reset doesn't work, you're going to want to check the timestamp on that email you received from noreply@nola.gov and make sure it's the most current. We've had instances where people will keep requesting password resets, and each time you request it, it overwrites whatever password was previously in place. So making sure that password you're using is the most recent, and you're making sure that you're entering it as it appears in the email. It is case sensitive, so if there's a capital letter, you will need to type it in capital. But if you've tried everything and you still can't get in, go ahead and reach out to the One Stop app team. I'll go ahead and post that email in the chat. It is onestop@nola.gov. So now I'm going to go ahead and log in, and I'm going to go over two of the common questions we're asked, which is one, uploading documents to applications, and also how to renew licenses, which is really important for short-term rentals. So we're going to start with uploading documents. You're going to want to make sure you're logged in to the One Stop app before you continue. And then you're going to click your items. And this will pull up everything that's linked to your One Stop app account. So now you're going to locate the application you're looking for. You can locate it by address, permit number, reference code. And then once you locate it, we'll use this Healthy Home certification at the top. You're going to click this view link. And once you click that, it's going to bring you to view all the aspects of the application. So to upload a document, you would go to the Documents tab. And a common issue we have is you'll get to that Documents tab and you won't see the upload on this right-hand side. That means this user doesn't have access to upload documents. They don't have the permissions to do that. To gain access, you'll either need to reach out to the original applicant and they would be able to give you access, or you would have to reach out to the One Stop team. And once you reach out to the One Stop team, we'll verify your request with the applicant just to make sure you do have permission to upload those documents, and then we'll give you access. So we're going to go back. And we're going to upload a document in this new construction. And uploading documents is the same within all the different types of applications within the One Stop app. So we're going to go to Documents, and here you'll see what that upload section looks like. For best results, you're going to want to upload one document at a time. You can upload up to 25 megabytes files at one time, but just to make sure there's no hiccups with maybe like you're uploading a bunch of files and they're just over the limit, it's better to upload them one at a time, just to make sure everything uploads correctly. So you'll just add the file from your device. If you want to add multiple, you would click Add and select another file. Remove will remove that file. And then you would click Upload. And anything you upload from the One Stop app After the application has been submitted, it will go into this optional submittals folder. And here you can see that plan review image I just uploaded. You'll see the date that the upload took place, and then also this icon right here. That's the download icon. Clicking it will automatically upload, or excuse me, will automatically download the document to whatever device you're on. And then the last thing I want to show here is how to add new users. So like before, the Healthy Homes certification that we were looking at, I didn't have this upload additional documents. So if you reach out to the applicant to add you to that, they would go to the users tab, and then they would add a user using that email. So once you add a user to an application, they'll then have access to upload documents. And you can see now they have this user with that email. If I were to log into this account, I'd be able to see this new construction application along with being able to upload documents. And if you want to remove somebody, no longer give them access, you would just click remove. And the last thing I'm going to show y'all is how to renew your licenses. Again, this is very important for short-term rentals. It can be done directly through the One Stop app from the home page. Again, make sure you're logged in. You're going to click on renew here in the bottom left, and then you'll see all of the different licenses that are attached to your account. There's two different stages or statuses for a renewal. You'll either see renew, which means you can renew that license, or can't renew. If you see can't renew, you can go ahead and click this yellow button, and it'll bring up a pop-up showing all the prerequisites of that license. And you can see with the red X, the reason we can't renew this license is because it's not within the renewal period anymore. At that point, you would reach out to whichever division is overseeing that license. Because this is an ABO license, you would reach out to ABO. But if this was a short-term rental license, you would reach out to short-term rentals. If it was a business license, you would reach out to the business license team. So if you want to renew a license, you would click the blue renew button. And this will start a new application for you. And it's just like any other application on the One Stop app. To save it to your items, you will have to click continue. And once you hit continue, you'll get your reference code, and you'll see the rest of the application for you to fill out. Again, all the ones with the red stars are required. You will need to upload documents even if you've previously submitted them already. But let's say you start the renewal, but you're not ready to submit, and then a couple days later, you want to continue your application. It's really easy to get back to. You're going to go ahead and click renew again. And now you'll see on that ABO license, they now have a green continue button. If you click this, it'll reopen your application so you can finally submit that renewal. And if for any reason you don't see your license in the list to renew in the One Stop app, it may not be associated with your One Stop app account. especially if it was previously submitted as a paper application. If that does happen, you can reach out to the One Stop team at onestop@nola.gov and allow us to investigate, and we can add that license to your account so you can renew online. So are there any questions? I know I just went through a lot. I don't see any questions for me in the chat.
If you have a question, you can unmute yourself and ask Caitlin.
Hi, this is Jasmine. So I used to do Airbnb like years ago, and I know like maybe a year or so ago there was a ban. Is the ban removed, and can new people now participate in Airbnb
That I'm
in
not
the
able to
short term?
answer. That I'm not able to answer. I only oversee the One Stop app. I'm not up to date on short-term rental policies, but I believe when the short-term rental team presents later on in this meeting, they'll be able to answer that question.
Okay, thank you.
Well, Caitlin, it looks like there's no more questions for you, so we'll now turn it over to Celeste.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Celeste Barnes, and I am a short-term rental administrator with the Department of Safety and Permits. Our department oversees all the licensing and enforcement for short-term rentals here in New Orleans. We are comprised of multiple folks who work in different positions throughout our division. We're headed by Chief Zoning Official Dan McNamara, our Deputy Director Jenny Albert, and our Director Tammy Jackson. Myself, I oversee multiple employees, the code enforcement district supervisors, as well as code enforcement inspectors. We have management development analysts, and we also have office workers in our division that keep everything running. We have housing district supervisors that oversee all of the inspectors that we have. They monitor and review the caseloads for the short-term rental inspectors, and we do ongoing training with the inspectors to make sure everybody's up to date on all the codes and the ordinances and all the rules and regulations. We also have code enforcement inspectors who go out and inspect all the properties that require any type of inspection, whether it's being an illegal short-term rental or verified floor plans. They document evidence on complaints that we receive on various properties. They nominate cases for adjudication, and they post all notices surrounding the adjudication process. We have management development analysts who provide customer service to all the folks who call in, email in, and also come into the Department of Safety Permits office. Our management development analysts are also responsible for reviewing all the short-term rental applications and preparing all the STR violation cases for the adjudication hearings. We have office workers in the office who are responsible for customer service through email, telephone, and in person in the office. They create the short-term rental renewal applications for assignment, and they also create STR violation cases for assignment. So when you're coming in the office or contacting our office, you're more than likely talking to one of the office workers or one of the analysts. So the short-term rental process has changed over the years. We do have, if you look in the right corner of our website is nola.gov/STR. On the right corner, there's an option to sign up for email updates. We strongly advise folks to sign up for the email updates because whenever there's any type of new information to put out for short-term rentals, we send a mass email out. We have over 2,000 people who are registered right now for our email updates. So whenever there's new information that's put out, whether it's regarding a lottery or an ordinance change or anything regarding short-term rentals, We send it out through the email listserv. So we strongly advise anybody, if you're not signed up already, please sign up for our short-term rental email updates. So the non-commercial short-term rental licenses are only allotted through a lottery process. The lottery process is held quarterly. I know I heard a question earlier about a ban on short-term rentals. The short-term rental ban was from September 1st, 2023, and it was lifted in February of 2024. So currently, the licensing process is open. It's just not available at this time. So we recently had a application period in September. It ran from September 9th to September 18th, and we had a lottery for those applicants took place on October the 7th. So during that lottery process, folks who live on a square block are eligible to apply for a license, and there's a maximum of one NSTR license per square block. And previously, it was eligible for additional folks to apply for a special exception process, but the city council has actually put an IZD in place that has halted the entire special exception process. So currently, only one short-term rental is allowed per square block. Okay, so the information regarding the non-commercial license property or processes is on our website. So if you look at the required training right here, it'll give you the information regarding the non-commercial license process. And there's also, you can see partial of this black box right here. It's a video explaining the NSTR required training PowerPoint. So if you're interested in participating in the next non-commercial short-term rental lottery, which is going to be held in January, I would advise you to check out this PowerPoint here, and then also look at the box, the video presentation that we do. There's a required training that takes place prior to the lottery happening, and that's just informing everyone of all the rules surrounding the lottery, how the process works, what documents are required, and how everything flows. So I definitely suggest you look at this master checklist. If you have multiple owners on a property, access this short-term rental attestation document, because all owners have to provide permission stating that they are allowing for the short-term rental, and they're going to abide by the rules. Excuse me, and also make sure that you look at the required training. Excuse me. All right. So currently, there are 1152 issued non-commercial short-term rental licenses, and that number probably has changed because today there have been multiple folks who have paid for their short-term rental licenses, so the number has probably gone up by like 10. Excuse me, and also there are 743 commercial STR licenses, and that number has probably gone up probably like 5 today. So we are constantly reviewing applications and approving folks for their renewal commercial licenses, and also approving folks for their non-commercial licenses from this past lottery and past special exceptions that have gone through city council. Let me quickly back up to speak about the commercial short-term rental licenses. We're currently not accepting applications for new commercial licenses because the IZD was put in place last year by city council, stating that we are not accepting new commercial short-term rental applications while they're doing a study on commercial short-term rentals in the city. So we are only allowing commercial renewals to come through. So only if you already have a commercial short-term rental license, you can get that license renewed. All right, so if you want to check your location to see if there is already a short-term rental license on your block, we have a short-term rental dashboard. And if you look in the bottom right-hand corner, there is a QR code where you can access that dashboard. So if you scan that QR code with your phone, you can pull up the dashboard, you can type your address into the top right-hand corner. And if your address pops up pink in a pink square, that means that there's already a non-commercial short-term rental license on your block, and your property would not be eligible for a short-term rental license. It will only be eligible for a long-term rental license of 30 days or more. So if you're not eligible for a short-term rental license, you cannot put your property on any of the platforms listing for 30 days or less. You can only rent for 30 days or more. So again, this map is found through our website, NOLA.gov/STR. But if you scan the QR code right here, you'll be able to access the dashboard map. All right, currently there are many illegal short-term rentals in the city. Previously, I showed you a number, it's about approximately 2,000 legal short-term rentals in the city. Well, that number is doubled for the illegal short-term rentals in the city. We have a third-party software that we use that shows us all the illegal short-term rentals in the city, all the illegal listings. So we're able to track those properties that are illegally listing their properties. And we have access through Airbnb and VRBO where we're able to delist those listings off of the platforms. So if you or anyone you know that's currently illegally renting your property, one day you may receive an email from Airbnb or VRBO stating that your property has been removed from the platform. If you do, then that means that's us. We found your listing and we put in a request to take it down. If you have an illegal short-term rental in your area, they're causing a nuisance, or just the fact that it's an illegal short-term rental, you can scan this QR code in the top right-hand corner of your screen and you can report it. So we take complaints for illegal short-term rentals, any type of nuisance to the neighborhood of the short-term rental that a legal short-term rental may cause, or any type of quality of life issues that a short-term rental may cause you or your neighbors. You're free to report this violation to our office, and those inspectors will receive they will open up a case on that property and they will investigate. Whenever we receive complaints on any of these short-term rentals, the complaint will usually come from someone from the public. They'll contact that QR code that I just had on the previous screen. They will report that, or a city employee may even report it, or our office staff, may find the illegal ad. In addition to delisting that ad, they'll open up a violation case for advertising without a license, and we'll do our investigation from there. So an inspector is going to receive that case from it being created. They'll take the case, they'll look up the information regarding like the platform, the property ownership, and just get as much information as they can in the background before they even go in the field. So they'll go in the field, they will sit on the property, do a little stakeout, see if they can see the guests coming and going. And we can tell when the guests are there because the calendar will be grayed out and blocked out for certain days, which normally means that the property is booked up, right? So we'll be able to know the days to go sit on the property to do our investigations. And we'll take pictures, we'll take videos. Sometimes the guests will even come to the car and talk to the inspectors and say, yeah, I booked this property on Airbnb. I'm going to be here for 4 or 5 days. And that lets us know that that's a short-term rental because what is less than 30 days? So within the first 30 days of opening the case, the inspector is either going to validate that complaint or they're going to close the case. If there's no information that the inspector can obtain that can validate the complaint that was initially received, then they're going to go ahead and close that case out. Now, if the case cannot be closed out because they have a whole slew of evidence that they've been able to compile, we're going to nominate that case for adjudication. And then it'll have to go through the whole adjudication process. It'll get scheduled by the Central Adjudication Bureau. And once it's scheduled, those analysts that we talked about earlier, they're going to put together a PowerPoint presentation of all the evidence that was collected on the property. And we are going to present that case in front of a third-party hearing officer that's going to receive the information. They're going to hear testimony from the property owner. And if they have an attorney that represents them, the attorney will, speak whatever piece that they have. And then the hearing officer will then make a determination on whether or not the evidence that the city presented was good. And we are able to offer a recommendation of how much fines we want to impose on the property owner for violating the short-term rental rules and regulations. And we have the opportunity to assess fines of $1,000 per violation. And just so you know, every time that we look on Airbnb and we see a person advertising their short-term rental property, and if they advertise in excess of the bedroom count or the guest count that they're allowed, each of those instances is $1,000 per violation. So advertising without a license is $1,000 per violation for each time that we see that ad up. If you say that you can accommodate 10 guests, that's in excess of what's allowed by the city. And every time we see 10 guests on one of your ads, that's another $1,000 per violation. If you say that you can accommodate 5 bedrooms in your home, that's in violation of the bedroom count because 3 bedrooms is the max amount of bedrooms that you're allowed to rent in an Airbnb here. So if I see an illegal ad with 5 bedrooms and 10 guests, that's $3,000 for that one advertisement. So if I see that advertisement up 5 different times, that's $15,000 alone. Right? And if you want to add on, you're leaving trash outside, you're not getting the trash collected, your guests are noisy, those are quality of life violations that can also be added. We've had a case that collected $49,000 in short-term rental fines. So it's best to not list your property or rent your property out until you have a license from our office. So far, we have adjudicated 45 properties in 2024. We've assessed $402,000 in violation, or excuse me, in judgment, and we still have 70 properties pending adjudication. As far as our delisting process goes, we have inspectors that sit in the office every day. They have an office day assigned to them where they're delisting properties off of Airbnb and VRBO. So to date, in 2024, we've delisted over 4,000 properties from both platforms. And just so you know, if you're ever interested in listening in on one of our short-term rental hearings, you can contact our office and get forwarded a link to an upcoming hearing. The Adjudication Bureau used to have a web page where you could just click on whatever hearing you want to listen to, but for whatever reason, the Short-Term Rental Administration, our hearings are not listed on the website. So if you contact our office at NOLA.gov/STR, you can just ask for a link to a couple of our future hearings, and we will send the link to you so that you can just log in and listen to our hearings. All of our hearings are virtual through WebEx. So you can just, you can either call in or log in and you can watch our hearings take place. They're usually on Tuesday, Wednesdays, or Thursdays. So if you want to contact our office, again, our email address is str@nola.gov. Our phone number is 658-7144. And again, you can scan the QR code and it'll access the contact us page of our website. And that's going to conclude our presentation for short-term rentals. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Okay, it appears there's no questions for you, Celeste.
Okay, I put our website in the chat. So if you want to go to our website, you missed the QR codes, it's in the chat. Thank you so much for having me, Ms. McGee.
Thank you so much. Thanks everyone for joining today, especially our guest speakers for providing such valuable information. Within 5 to 10 business days, this session will be available on the Office of Economic Development YouTube channel, along with previous recorded sessions. Remember to check your email for upcoming sessions, and I hope you all will join us the next time. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions, and everyone have a great day.